What's up, everybody? Doc Dark 1985. There's levels to this. So I just finished running, and I'm cooling down. So just watching some YouTube videos, and I was watching my dude Rome Rush. Right, go check out his channel. Fire content. Like, I pretty much like every single video I've watched of his. The only ones I don't watch are the ones where he's talking about like sports games, because I don't play sports games. But the dude, when he speaks, he's speaking facts. So go watch his channel. But he said something in one of the videos I just watched right now that got me thinking, right? He said something to the effect, go watch the video because I don't want to butcher it, but he said something to the effect, Sony for a while has dominated the market so much that Nintendo kind of saw that and almost shifted their strategy, shifted the demographics they were going after, or shifted their approach. And as he said, they were successful at it, and they sure were. Now it looks like Microsoft is trying to do the same thing, and that's what he was alluding to. And he's right. Microsoft is taking a different approach. The problem is that at the core of this gaming industry, you got to be able to sell games. You need games to sell. The reason Nintendo was successful, Nintendo makes fire game. Whether you want to believe it or not, Nintendo has classics. Classics. It just is what it is. You got Mario, Donkey Kong, Zelda, Metroid, Smash Bros, Mario Kart, Yoshi. Like, yeah, you can keep going, and it's so crazy because I compare them to like Drake, right? You know how, like, when it comes to rapping, most people don't have, at least most people I hang out with, don't have automatically, they don't have Drake like in their top 10. But when you start going down the list, if you were to tell them, okay, who do you put above Drake? When you're talking about hits and, like Drake says, having the Midas touch, like, yo, it's kind of difficult. So when you start talking about the best games, like period, best game period, if you were to make a list of the top 20 games period, Nintendo's gonna be in there a few times over. And what's crazy is that, and I've accused Nintendo of doing this too, they will literally recycle the same game. How many times are you gonna have a side-scrolling Mario game? That's crazy. They recycle the same game so much that Nintendo said, you know what? We're tired of making a side-scrolling game. Here you go, you make it. And they gave you Mario Maker. And that's so like crazy. And then they recycled that game and made Mario Maker 2. This it's insane. It's crazy. But they got games. They have the gameplay, the challenge is enough. Nintendo games also age very well. Very well. Like, I literally just reconnected my Wii U because I was in the garage and my son saw the case for Splatoon, the first one, and he said he wanted to play, so I didn't feel like arguing with him, so I went ahead and just connected the Wii U. And this whole afternoon, it's been him and Polka Dude playing freaking Splatoons, playing Smash Bros on the Wii U, and because of the art style, it just ages well. On the Wii U, it just ages well. If I was to connect a PS3 to a TV right now, that would burn my eyes. My favorite system, the Nintendo 64, if I was to connect that to a TV right now, it would burn my eyes. It just ages well. But they got games. Nintendo has games. So Microsoft, you're going to sell a service. That's what I said a few videos ago, that you guys are shifting over to a service. And that's cool. I really think it's smart. I think it could work if you have games. See, this is what you can't do. This is what you can't do, Microsoft. If the experience on the PS5, listen to me here, if the experience on the PS5 is similar to your most powerful console, the Xbox Series X, third-party games are going to run similar. They don't have to be exactly the same, but similar enough to where you can't tell the difference unless you literally have two TVs next to each other. Then there's no point in getting an Xbox Series X at all. So why would you even make this generation? You should have put all your stocks into just becoming a service. All of it. All of it. Why would you make the most powerful console and not use all its power? And this only is because of what you showed with that Halo Infinite demo, with that Halo Infinite trailer. I went back and I watched it at 4K. I watched it at 60. It looked better than the live stream. It sure did. But it's still, man, it's not a next gen game. It doesn't look like it. It's actually pretty disappointing. So what's the answer to all of this? What does Microsoft have to do? You gotta bring the power. That's what you're bragging and boasting about. You gotta bring the power. The most powerful system, you have to bring. You have to show what you can do. You have to show what you can do, or just stop talking. Just stop then. Just stop. It's crazy though. It's so crazy because Sony might be the only true console left. I see the Nintendo Switch as mobile gaming, which I think they got that on lock. And I'll make a video about how Crysis is running on the Switch, which is just insane that they got Crysis on the Switch. I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, if Nintendo gets their stuff together and they start putting more AAA mature games on the Switch, it could be a problem for everybody. It could be a problem for everybody. I'm telling you right now, because the benefit of being able to play on the go, even if it's at 720, that trade-off might be worth it. It might be worth it. It's crazy. That's for another video. But Sony might be the only true console this next generation. You know, I always talk about gimmicks. What if the Xbox Series X itself is a freaking gimmick? I'm not gonna go down this rabbit hole. I'm gonna end it right there. But I found it very interesting what Rome said, and I agree with him, man. Sony made everybody get out of the true console game. Like, you need a different, if you're gonna compete against Sony, you need a different angle. Nintendo saw the writings on the wall a long time ago. I think the last time Nintendo really competed in the console war was what? The Nintendo 64? Probably, right? The GameCube. Did the GameCube really compete? I mean, it was a dope system, but did it really compete? The Wii sold well, but it was not competing against the consoles. The Wii went for a totally different market. The Wii went after your grandmother. Grandmothers had that. Grandfathers had that. Aunts. You go to a random person's house and find a Wii. You're like, And then the Wii U, I feel like only like hardcore gamers got the Wii U, because nobody knew what to do with it. And then the Switch came out, and Nintendo was like, nah, okay. Nintendo stepped on their own toes. They destroyed. Why would you even get a 3DS? Why? But Nintendo knows what it's doing. But Microsoft, what you're doing sounds like a good idea, but you need games. You need games. My thing is, maybe you don't really want to sell the Xbox Series X. I don't know. Because if you did, why would you not show it at its best, at its peak? Show it with the... I don't know, man. I don't know. Look, graphics aren't everything. Nintendo proves that over and over and over and over again. Graphics are not everything. Frame rate is not everything, okay? You can play a game at 30 frames and enjoy it. You can, okay? You can play a game at 60 frames and really enjoy it. You can. If we could play every single game at 120 or 144, just telling you from PC experience, it would be amazing. But frames alone doesn't make a game. Graphics alone doesn't make a game, okay? If the story and the gameplay are good enough, you won't care. Particularly, you won't really care about the graphics and the gameplay. I mean, about the graphics and the frame rate. You won't. But all that added together, oh man, makes it a masterpiece. Makes it a masterpiece. Look, I recently just finished playing The Last of Us, the first one, okay? And I played the remastered version on the PS4. So I was playing it at 60 frames with a little better textures and everything. I'm sure that you enjoyed The Last of Us when you played it on the PS3. I'm sure you did, because at that point it was rated one of the best games ever. And I enjoyed it. I thought the game was amazing, okay? And I'm going to tell you this. The gameplay of that game, in my opinion, the gameplay, it's not that good. But the story did so much for that game that I didn't care that throughout the first quarter of the game until I upgraded his ability, this dude cannot hold a gun steady. It didn't bother me. Now once I upgraded that ability, the game instantly got better, you know? But the story, I wanted to keep seeing what happened. The character development, all that stuff really made a difference. Microsoft doesn't have anything like that. Not to my knowledge. What game do they have that's like that? What character do you know Xbox fans are like really invested in? If it's not Master Chief, and this is how you do them, I don't know, man. So we'll see. I think Microsoft still has a chance to turn this around. They got a chance to still show more games. Maybe they could show Halo Infinite again the right way. I don't know. But we'll see. Dog 1985, there's levels to this. We out. Peace.